Good evening, viewers. My name is Matthew Acosta, and we finally have a break in the Menendez case. To recap, Jose Enrique Menendez and Mary Louise Katie Menendez were a wealthy couple that was brutally murdered on August 20, 1989 in their Beverly Hills mansion. The preliminary investigation concluded that the suspects both had 12-gauge pump shotguns and waltzed right into the mansion and killed Mr. Menendez first. He was sitting on the couch watching evening television when he was shot in the back of the head, killing him instantly. Mrs. Menendez was in an adjacent room when the initial shots were fired. She came to the television room where she was struck by gunfire into her leg. Blood splatter and prints indicated she attempted to flee but slipped on her own blood. While on the floor, she was shot in the face, arms, torso, and kneecaps along with Mr. Menendez. Their sons would find the gruesome discovery a couple of hours later. Due to the matter of the execution-style murders, initial investigators concluded that there may be a possible mob or organized crime tied with the killings. Mr. Menendez was a very influential man in the entertainment industry. However, he would often have heated tension with business rivals, which may preclude to a hit being put out on him. The investigation took a drastic turn when we identified prime suspects who happened to be their sons, Joseph Lyle Menendez, who was 21, and Eric Galen Menendez, who was 18 at the time of the murders. They were both arrested by March 8, 1990, and they were described to be well off due to their parents' success, but were also very rebellious against them. First, investigators look at their financial spending after inheriting $14 million in assets from Jose Menendez. For instance, they hired tennis coaches, bought expensive cars, watches, and went on business ventures funded by their inheritance. The real break, however, are the recorded tapes which had their confessions to the murder. Before the incident, Eric Menendez was actually arrested for committing burglaries, and the court required mandatory therapy sessions with a psychiatrist. Dr. Jerome Oziel was assigned to him in the duration leading up to the murders, and on October of 1989, there were sessions where he confessed to it. Although there was confidentiality laws between patients and doctors, Dr. Oziel told his mistress, Judalon Smith, who eventually told the authorities about it. The criminal statute in violation is California Penal Code Section 189, subsection A and subsection C. In subsection A, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder if the people have proved that the defendant acted willfully, deliberately, and with premeditation with the intent to kill. In subsection C, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder if the people have proved that the defendant murdered while lying in wait for an opportunity to kill from an advantageous position of surprise. Both brothers argued that they were emotionally and sexually abused by their parents from childhood. They claimed due to their parents' unstable and dynamic actions, the brothers figured it was a matter of time until they killed them. Due to that precedent, they claimed the deaths were for the purpose of self-defense. Due to these claims of emotional and sexual abuse in the case, along with many others that may be happening throughout the country, we recommend victims to approach the authorities. Handling it yourself should never be the final option. Seek through the proper channels to obtain proper justice within the court of law. Thank you and have a good night.